Money is power.
It's nice.
It's nice. I've learned how to make money. I know how to make money. I was selling amagunya taxi bang bizo 1 rand.
Oh, that was your name?
Yeah, that was my name. I was 1 rand. To be rich is an understatement. You need to be wealthy. Faith.
You still haven't mentioned a degree.
Which degree?
Even today?
No.
You never got one?
I never got one.
Yes,
I've
you
never
finished
done
high school.
accounting in my life.
How did you get the job?
Because
Welcome to another edition of Mindset Profits. I am back with one of the episodes that I've waited months for. Our guest today has no idea. I've been waiting months for you, sister. Because she is living proof that it's never too late to start over. It is never too late to start building and rebuilding your life. For context, she lost her job in her 50s, and by 60, she was already making millions. Sister Thandi, I heard that and thought, ooh, this is exciting.
and thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming through.
Because
And I think we always talk about the KFC story, Colonel Sanders starting over at 65, become the billionaire and building this empire. I sat in awe in a workshop when we invited you to share a testimonial because I knew you, the entrepreneur. I knew you were doing well as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I never knew the background of it because it's Steven who was mentoring you, not me.
yes.
But when I got to hear the background that you got fired that late and you had to start over, man, I thought there are so many people that have commented and said, I'm 40, I'm 57, I have nothing to my name. And I thought, you are the one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
How are you? How has the year been going before we jump into things?
I'm doing great. I'm happy. I'm content. Because I'm getting where I'm supposed to be.
And you just won an award.
Yes. I'm just collecting them, the awards.
Oh, how many? How many have you collected?
From Nomza Mumbata, from SAB Foundation, from Mama Mzansi Arts Media Awards, but that was my producer that won from my
So
recording
it's
label.
your company that won?
Yes.
All right. So we can call you multi-award winning
Yes, multi.
entrepreneur.
Yes, multi. I'm a serial entrepreneur.
How many businesses do you have? I know the demolition one. You surprised me today when you told me you also have a recording label.
Oh, okay, yes. I got the demolition. Okay, demolition is also got to the other entities, which is the salvage yards, where I'm selling the second-hand building material. And then again, I got a daycare center in Soweto. Okay, that was from my mother, my late mother. And I took over so that...
Is it making you emotional?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. You can continue.
It's making me emotional because that was her baby. That was a legacy. And I believe that as black people who always say, umuntu makashona, how many zakhe? And for me, I said, this is my mother's legacy. It's going to continue. And the Jack and Jill Daycare Center is still continuing and is doing very, very well under my management.
That is beautiful.
It's in Soweto. And then 1st of September this year, I'm launching Luminance Lounge.
Oh, you're not done?
I'm not done. It's been a long, long journey. I'm not done. There's been challenges, but I'm a person that doesn't give up. So it's launching 1st of September. That is in RTBS.
All the best with the launch.
Yes.
Can you take us back to that time, that story of how you got fired? Where were you in? What season of your life you were in?
Okay, maybe I can start with my entrepreneurial journey.
Yes.
Because I think for me that is very, very important. Well, I grew up in the village, raw village in Ngobo. Yes, in the Eastern Cape. And I always had big dreams. Well, thanks to my grandfather, Thandi Mase, who was, mentoring me as a boy. Actually, I realized when I was 16 that I'm a girl. Because I always thought I'm a boy, because how he raised me to be strong. He raised me to make my own decisions. He raised me not to differentiate myself between a man and a woman, because being loose.
Oh, you'd had all the cattle and stuff, just like the boys.
Yes. And there will be time that, as a head boy, you cannot come back home if one of the cows is not there. So you need to be in the field. You can't come back home until the head cow also comes back. So there was this silly one, it was called Wazibula.
The cow.
You are ever silly, Nkomo. I have to sleep outside every now and then because they didn't come back home. But nevertheless, those are the things that shape the person that I am today, the strong person that I am today. Because I think growing up in the farm, there's a lot of things that you learn. The responsibility, waking up, even now, I still wake up very early.
What time?
4 a.m. I'm up. I don't sleep.
Okay.
I'm working right through. I can wake up in the middle of the night when I'm thinking there's something that I need to jot down and prepare for the sites. And yes. But then I'm still telling you about my journey as an entrepreneur. Then 1986, I had passed my matric, not really good, in the village. My subjects were mixed up. Geography, agriculture, biology. There's no maths, there's no accounting, but at least I had my matric. Now, because my parents were in Joburg, I came back in Joburg and, looking for work, because we are told that money is in Gauteng.
Yeah.
Ekolideni.
Leave the village, go to Gauteng.
Leave the village and come back to Gauteng. Now I'm coming to Gauteng, and now the environment is totally different from where I come from. I see people that are laid back, because I moved to Soweto where my mom was staying with my dad in Dikloof.
You're used to waking up and working hard.
I'm used to waking up and, senga and prepare for my siblings, because I'm the firstborn at home. Dibaphekele and benzele breakfast and go to school before I go to school. I have to do all those chores.
Yeah.
And now I'm coming to Soweto. God, it's a total different environment. People are laid back, And now for me, I want to make money, because they say there's money.
To work.
There's money at Gauteng, and I don't see this money at Gauteng. Because I see people that are relaxed. Abanye basihlele ekhoneni. Abanye
Just chilling in corners, smoking.
Basiphuzela beer. Kumnandi kuyaxoxwa. I'm like, am I in a right place? Now I start hustling, I'm looking for a job. I'm asking where can I go? He said, no, there's a lot of firms around, down Bolanglacht, Mayfair, and I'm going to the firms looking for a job. Manje nesilungu asivuki phela.
Well, so at that time you couldn't speak English well.
No, emakhaya, ne-matric yasemakhaya. So I think the challenge was that, But then I tried, and then I tried getting jobs by the firms, small jobs where I would get paid. I remember I got a job at a recording bar.
Okay.
A record bar.
Yeah.
Where they're selling. Yeah, I got a job. I think I was earning 25 rand a week.
I guess we can't contextualize it now, but that sounds very little.
It was very, very little. But then, because I always had this drive that I want to be somewhere, because my grandfather used to say to me, "Unsomboy, you're very great. You're very powerful. You're going to be great." So I knew that I'm going to be great because my grandfather instilled this to me. So also as a firstborn, he always tell told me that I'm a leader. I'm going to be leading. So it's your responsibility to lead. You must serve. You must lead. So that's what he always instilled in me.
He hypnotized you into success.
Yeah, he hypnotized me, definitely. And now I'm getting a job in George Koch. Now, when I go to George Koch, I need to pass a drop-in. And then now in Joburg, I saw there was a little bit of business. You know, people are up and down. I said, this is what I want. So now I said, okay, because it's far from Diepkloof to George Koch. George Koch is somewhere next to GP.
Okay.
GP's town.
Okay.
And I said, the other lady said, no, let's share a flat. I said, where? He said, in Hillbrow. I said, in Hillbrow? Hey, I'm scared. They said that place, there's a lot of things that are happening. I said, no, but I've been staying there. So I went to stay in Hillbrow. God, I saw another place.
World again.
And saw another world. I saw people busy. I saw there's a lot of nations here. There's people from Zambia, Mozambique, there's Zimbabwe. Like, wow, I'm in Africa. I was like, what a guani, I'm in Africa.
From the village to Africa.
From the village to Africa.
While you're in South Africa.
Now, Hillbrow was shaping another person in me. Because I saw people coming from other countries without knowing our language, without knowing the place. And they are making it. These people will come, and all of a sudden, sekane moto,
they're driving nice cars.
And this is where I copied. I look how they do things. And that started shaping me, you know. But at the back of my mind, my grandfather still saying that we are very great, we are very powerful. Now I need to find that power. I need to find that greatness. Okay, George Koch, the Sevenzle waphela with 25 rand. Now what do I do? Okay, emateksini, ngiyabona ukuthi there's other people selling. But okay, I'm gonna make a magwinya with my salary that month of 25 rand.
Also, when you were looking at the people selling at the taxi rank, had you been saving money from your salary before you lost your job?
No, I was not saving. Remember, it's 25 rand.
So you really had to start with nothing?
No, I got paid that week,
okay.
25 rand. So I took that money, I went to buy flour, I went to buy oil. And then, see.
Oh, so you'd wake up and just bake?
4 in the morning, I woke up, ngayenza magwinya, ngaye north. And north, but...
Taxi rank?
Taxi rank. Oh yeah, I was selling a magwinya at taxi rank. Bangbizo 1 rand.
Oh, that was your name?
Yeah, that was my name. I was 1 rand.
How do you remember how it came about?
1 rand?
Yeah.
No, ngoba igwinya lambe kuyi-1 rand.
Oh.
Ngoba belimnandi lambe ngilifaka i-cheese nyana ngifaka i-mince. So elami igwinya was 1 rand.
So you had the best gwinya?
Yes.
Fat cook?
Fat cook, yes.
With cheese and...
Yes. So the 1 rand, I got it from the taxi drivers. 1 rand was angalana, 1 rand was angala. And that time I had ummemes, it's a calamine.
Yeah.
So that, because it's hot, so that I don't get burned. Yeah. So that's how I started being an entrepreneur.
So you tasted entrepreneurship there?
I tasted entrepreneur there that, I can, my own time, you know, I can make my own money. And that's where I started. But now, because I started working, you know. And
you got another job? I
got another job, you know. Got another job at Hyperama Eastgate. Ngasebenza Hyperama laphayana. When I started working at Hyperama, I was at a bakery. So as a casual, you're wearing black and white, you know.
Yeah.
And and the rolls and all that, but I'm in the front. I'm a salesperson there. But now while I'm working at Hyperama, ngibona abanye bafaka green. Nithi hayi ngiyakhalela phela abanye waye bagcoke i-green bafake ne-calf, you know.
I have a learner's uniform. These ones have a special uniform. So that became your goal.
Yes, it became
I
my
want
goal.
that promotion.
I want to Sevenzle Demolition, you know.
Yeah.
And then I go to my manager. I said, no, but I want to wear the green uniform. I said, no. You're a casual, so you need to go and apply. Go to the HR. I don't know about HR. I'm from, I said, HR, what is HR? No, you know Sis Busi? There's Sis Busi, she's at HR. So I don't know the protocols. How do you apply for work? You know? So I'm chasing Sis Busi, you know? And I said to her, I need to wear green and white. I said, Busi, akwenzwa njalo kaloku. You apply, you don't say you want to wear green and white. But nevertheless, because I've always been pushy, I'm always been this person that said, what I want
You
is
go for
what
it.
I want, and I will go for it. To cut the thing short,
Yeah.
I got employed at Hyperama, and I was at the accounts department.
Okay.
I mean, from bakery straight
To
to
account.
accounts department.
Was it, had you studied, because you haven't mentioned school in this part. You
I've
you
never
finished
done
high school.
accounting in my life
How did you get the job?
because I wanted to work in the office.
Okay.
I wanted to work in the office. Got to know laba bafaka ikhafu abase officing. Without the scarf, you are at the till. So I said, no, andifuna usebenza etilini.
I want
Ndifuna
the
ukusebenza
office.
officing. So I was employed because I'm sure she saw the resilience.
That there's a fight here.
And the courage that there's a fight here. And I did very, very well. But now, bekunabo Star newspaper, you know, there's a page lapayana yemsebenzi. And I'm like, because what I'm doing now, credit control, there's more. Mangcheke paper and good. Kanti kuholo kangaka la.
Also now, because you were doing the job, when you saw a newspaper advert that has the job role and what
Compared to
they
what
were
I'm
advertising and
earning.
saying this is what we are paying a credit controller,
Yes.
that sparked a different kind of fire in you.
Yes. Phela, the
I
drive,
deserve this one.
I deserve this one. And I applied now because they told me how to apply, how to do the interviews, you know.
Oh, you had people teaching you now.
Yeah. And then I saw All Mutual. I said, okay, I don't even know where's All Mutual. So I phoned. I went for an interview, you know. I started working, but that was not credit control, the position that I saw there. But it was just accounting, administration. So I went there and worked at All Mutual. Now I'm climbing.
You're upgrading now.
I'm upgrading now. I'm in town now. Beautiful building. At All Mutual.
And you're feeling it.
I'm feeling it.
And
Because
Grandpa's voice is starting to make sense now.
Because now I'm in a big building in Joburg. And then I can hear Utatom Kulati.
You're going to be great.
You're going to be great. You're going to be a leader. You know? Now I'm working at All Mutual and things are fine. I think that was in the cell phone industry when it came to South Africa. I'm not sure when it was. I think it was around about 1995 or 96 when the cell phone industry.
Yeah.
Now I'm in a taxi. This lady is answering a phone.
And you look at her and think,
And I'm looking at her, you know, with an aerial. What is happening here?
I've never seen this.
I've never seen this. Phone.
Right next to you, it's not connected to anything.
It's not connected to anything. I've never seen such thing. It was just a miracle. And I asked her, what's your cell phone? Uyifumana phi kanjani?
So now you want it.
Hayi ndisebenze MTN kupapa. No MTN in Rivonia. I was looking for MTN.
Now you're checking for MTN in Rivonia.
Because I want to work then. Apho kwenziwa izifoni zomhlola. Thathe nomuntu okude kangaka, you know. I was looking for MTN. I found the company. It was in Rivonia, Rivonia Street, I think Morningside. No, the old offices, they were in Weinberg. And I went there and I found the receptionist. I said, no, I'm looking for work. I left Old Mutual. I want to work at MTN because this is amazing. I've never seen this. Now the lady said, I said, no, but you are a receptionist.
You won't know. So you refused to take a no at reception?
So I went to sit. He said, no, you're going to sit. He said, okay. Then if you don't take what I'm telling you, I said, I can't take what you're telling me. You are a receptionist. You're going to call someone because I believe in every company's got an HR.
Oh, now you know there's HR.
HR. So I was receptionist. And then she was mad with me for telling her that. What goes here I'm gonna sit until I get employed here. And then I think eventually she went to HR, and then they said, no, there's no job. And I said, I want the person that says no, there's no job, to come and tell it to me that there's no job. And let me tell you, I sat there for a week. They were even making tea for me. Every day I wake up and go there.
Wait, sister,
Yeah.
Had you left, you resigned at Old Mutual?
And I resigned at Old Mutual. Kalon ndifuna le company.
You resigned without confirmation you get the job?
I resigned. I went to MTN because I wanted the job.
Sure.
Yes. I told them that I'm resigning. I got another job at Old Mutual when I went to MTN.
And
I resigned.
After a week, they now got used to this crazy woman who now we have to make tea
every
for.
day, they even make tea for me every day. So on the last day, I think on a Friday, this Jewish woman, she comes to me. She said to me, I believe you've been here every day and you're looking for a job. I said, yes. I said, what position? I saw that position was credit control. But
Yeah.
I've never been a credit control.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I'm a credit controller. Now she's talking to the receptionist. You know we've been looking for credit controllers. Why you never said she's a credit controller? Now I can hear she's apologized that I didn't know that she's a credit controller. She said, we've been looking for credit controllers. She calls me upstairs. Interview now.
How your life works.
Interview now. I'm a credit control. She called another lady. Oh, no. The first meeting, she was alone. And then she said, I'm sorry. We've been looking for credit controllers. I didn't know that you are a credit control. Just take me through. What is your book value? What customers were you working with? And now I'm thinking, I don't know anything. And yes,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you know, as a credit controller, you need to know debit and credit. And she looks at me, this woman.
She's laughing.
I said, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. But what I like about you is your confidence. I'm going to teach you credit control.
You have special grace, whatever grace you're on, please leave it here.
She said, I'm going to teach you being a credit controller. And I was the best credit controller ever.
After they taught you and hired you?
After they taught me, I worked for MTN for more than 6 years. As the best credit controller, I became a senior credit controller that was dealing with government accounts, that was dealing with corporate accounts.
Whoa. You still haven't mentioned a degree.
A degree?
Even today?
No.
You never got one?
I never got one. Okay. Let me tell you how, yes, I applied to actually the company applied for me. Now I can see that I'm a senior credit control. Now I can juggle, I can go and work to any other company.
And the money is there now.
I went to work for Momentum as a credit control. You know? But they wanted someone with a degree. Mna ndinayo degree. Kaloku xa uyi-credit control unayo degree as a senior credit control.
That's your degree.
For me, that was my degree. When they asked me if I have a degree, I said, I do have a degree. Kaloku, I'm a senior credit control. You know?
So you then started climbing up in a way.
I started climbing up, and now this time at Momentum, there's a problem in Cape Town. At our branch in Cape Town, they want someone that is very, very good with reconciliations, and I was very, very good with reconciliations, you know, and I've never done accounting in my life. And now I'm chosen that I need to go to Cape Town and
to go and fix the problem.
And go and fix the books because they're not balancing. And then I'm taken to Cape Town. I go to Cape Town as a credit control. I've never done accounting in my life. You need to find the problem where your reconciliation is not balancing. So if you don't find the problem, you can never solve that. So we're talking about millions and millions that the book is not balancing.
But they still trusted you to fix it.
They still trusted me to fix it. And I went there and I balanced it within an hour. Within an hour, I balanced that book.
You found the problem?
I found the problem. Because when I went there, Pelabeng said, Nguma Cruz,
well, now you are senior credit controller. You are the one.
Mang Figa La Payana, I'm saying, okay, get me all your ledgers, get me your debtors, get me your creditors, you know, all the ledgers, you know. And then now, I'm checking what is the problem. And I found what was the problem that they couldn't find in months and months. And now in a balancing incwadi, I'm coming back to Joburg. I'm being called. My manager said the boss, he wants to see me the next day. I'm going to the bathroom. So
Pela, now you're no longer R1.
I'm doing R1. I'm doing R1. Yeah, send the accountant.
It's levels to this thing.
Levels, you know. And something happened that day. They said, we are promoting you to be the head of the department.
Sure.
At Momentum. I remember Momentum in Gupi. Ren Merchant Bank in Santin. Beautiful offices. The offices are in that building. I'm sure you see Ilokuza.
Yeah, well, you're in Santin.
Yeah. This is Santin on Sevenzle Demolition.
You've arrived now.
You know? And my manager says to me, Thandi, you've been promoted. So you can bring your credentials. Because you said you have a degree. All I'm saying,
the degree is not there.
It's not there. They couldn't believe me. My manager said, no, Thandi likes joking. Thandi,
where's the degree?
No, I don't have a degree. When I was interviewed saying, because I knew what I'm doing, I know being a credit controller.
Also, in the past, you had said you have a degree in a conversation.
Yes, kaloku xa nsenze accounting ndingazange ndiyifundele ndinayo mos.
That's your degree.
That's my degree.
Your confidence. So now it's at a level now where they want the degree. So where is the certificate?
Where is the certificate? Do you know that unfortunately I couldn't take that position because it wanted someone with BCom degree, that position. And I was doing a job of a BCom graduate, having a
high school certificate.
High school certificate.
That's mixed up even.
But unfortunately, you have to have the credentials, the degree. And what they did the next day, they applied for me to go to UNISA. They applied and I got and I went to do BCom informatics. Nevertheless, that is another.
Did you pass it though, or you quit? You dropped out?
It was boring. You will be bored because I'm getting 100%, 100%. 100%. And so for me, it was really boring.
And you didn't finish it because of that?
I will be bored.
That it's too easy.
That was too easy. I will be bored. I've never finished.
You have nice life problems, yes.
And nevertheless, I went back. Well, I went to work to another company now. Because I couldn't, I think in my corporate world, everything was just boring because I'm doing the same thing over and over again. The Jewish woman that interviewed me at MTN said to me, "You're not gonna stay. One day you're gonna find your passion, what you want to do, but working is not." Because you're going to get bored, because you're going to come in the office, do the same thing, looking at the same ledger, reconciling accounts. It's the same thing every day.
And you've done it for decades now.
You got a drive that I cannot tell you, but one day you're going to find the drive. And I think the last job, I went to work for the Vodafone. I went to work for Afrox. Big companies.
So you've been in a lot of big companies.
In a lot of big companies.
Which one was the last one that got you to... You said were you 50 or you were about to turn 50 when you lost that job?
At 1050. That was R&W. With R&W now, I'm a qualified credit control. They're looking for a branch manager, someone that is going to start a branch in Joburg. And I did. I started the branch. I did everything, but unfortunately, for some reason, we were retrenched. I'm sure they were not really doing well. But I was retrenched. I just turned 50 when I was retrenched.
Did you get a package when you got retrenched?
No, I didn't get any package.
How did that season feel, and what in that season made you believe it's time for entrepreneurship now?
Okay. For me, it was not time for entrepreneurship. It was the age. Because now, they need younger people at that time, when I turned 50. Or not that I couldn't be employed, but when I go being turned down.
Oh, okay.
When I apply, I'm being turned down because they wanted people younger, in those positions. And then I got retrenched. I only had my salary when I was retrenched. There was no benefits whatsoever. And because I always knew that I can never go hungry. I've learned how to make money. I know how to make money. I've learned in Hillbrow. I've seen people making money with no resources, without even knowing our language. And I know that making money is very, very easy. So for me, I never have a problem of making money. So when I got retrenched now, I'm thinking big now. I cannot go back to be 1 rand. I've passed the stage of being 1 rand.
Now it's at a different level, this game.
I've got a degree now, literally. I got experience in the corporate. I got experience how to deal with other stuff in the business. I can have my own business now.
Now you know systems from corporate,
I know
leadership,
the systems.
Stakeholder engagements,
I know.
Credit control.
I know credit control.
Accounting.
Accounting.
You levels now.
And now I need to start something. What is that? I'm thinking, I grew up in a family of, let me just take you back in my family where I grew up. My grandfather taught us as his children and the grandchildren that imali yakho isezandleni and ilifa
Your
lakho
wealth is in your hands.
hands. That's my grandfather was the wisest person I've ever met in this world, and so much that in our family up to today, there's never anyone that has ever worked. Everyone they got their own skills. In my family, there's builders, there's carpenters, there's electricians, there's
So he put this fire in all of you.
in all of us, that you need to do umsebenzi wezandla.
Your wealth
That's
is in
why
your
when
hands.
I went to UNISA and doing a degree, that here is emotionally ixesha lento. The reason why
It's taking
it
too long,
got-
this thing.
yandibhora lento, because I'm thinking xa ndipasa apha ke ngo yosebenze nomnye umntu.
Oh, so
When
that's
will
what
I have-
discouraged you.
Yes,
That
that's
the
what-
degree will just make you more employable somewhere.
Yes.
Not build the wealth from
Not
your hands.
build, because now I'm thinking zayosebenza futhi, you know. I'm gonna do this.
Over and over.
Yes, it's like intoni kaneleni lagundwane.
Moving around in circles.
What is that? that red.
Hamster wheel.
Yes, it's a red race.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same thing again. If I'm gonna get my degree, and then when I get my degree, and then what? Ndihambe nosebenza nomnye umuntu futhi. That no,
Can't
this-
keep doing this.
Ndisiyenza. Utata omkhulu uthe ndizaba powerful, ndizawulita kanjani ngoku ndisasebenzela omnye umntu.
So those words never left you, even after 50. You still remember that
Yes.
grandpa
And then,
said, I'm going to be.
So we have, my father was a builder. My uncle Unzuzo Mase was the first black man at 26.
Yo,
Yes.
back then.
He was the first person to have a building construction in Ngobo, or the whole Eastern Cape. Because in the Eastern Cape, all the schools, it was zakhiwe nguNzuzu, zakhiwe nguNzuzu.
So he built all most of the schools that side.
Yes.
Yeah, that's big business.
Yes. Yes.
Did you have access to him? Was he teaching you things along the way?
No. Teaching is just that I cannot say teach, but it's how I grew up. Makufana kupende kaloku I'm a boy ekhaya. I'm the one that is painting. I would go to the roof. Sometimes sisemakhaya iroof ihamba nomoya, and I have to go back and put back the roof as a girl.
Oh, so in the wind
Because I
destroys
see my
stuff.
uncle, my dad is a constructor, so I know how to do. I know how to build. I know how to do all these things. So when I got retrenched, the first thing that came to my mind is construction. I need to build. Now, oh no, my brother, Umlungis, was staying with me at Hillbrow.
Oh, you're still in Hillbrow?
No.
Back before.
Back then.
Yeah, okay.
No, Umlungis was registered because there's nothing that we know other than being your own boss.
Yeah.
You know? And then Mlungisi, brother Ozemba kwam, was registered kudala Sevenzle building construction. And then when he went back to Eastern, he said, hey, Nomtate, I applied for this, but I've never used the LPEP. You know?
Like I've got this CK
This
document,
CK
their company
document.
registration.
I've never used it, but because I see when
Yeah.
you can use
Take it over.
And I because that paper was always there, so I took that CK.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at it. I said, no, man, Thandi. Unekambani nje.
Now I have a company, mos.
Yeah, ndinekambani mos. Why look on this super? And then that's where I started now. Looking for construction work. It's not easy. Because you're getting a job. You need to say you're going to build a house. There's no money. Remember, I only came out
With your salary.
with my salary. At this time now, iphelile la salary.
It's gone.
It's gone. I got 50 rand in my account. And I'm worried. Makphela la 50 rand and then what? What happens? Now while I'm still thinking, my lady come to me and said, Mama, I see you busy in construction. And busy
I've got a company, but it's not working.
It's not working. And she said, my brother is in construction and he's looking for a job. There's one thing that I don't turn people away when they say they're looking for a job.
Okay.
I always say, you can come, let me interview. What do you have that can be useful to me? That can also be useful to you.
Okay.
Because when I employ you,
you need to win, I need to win.
And exactly. So I don't push people away. And then I said, okay, bring your brother. Brother comes. No, Mama, they told me that you're busy in construction. I said, I don't have the job yet, but I'm still looking. So tell me, what do you know in construction? And he said, demolition. I said, why? You don't know alone.
What is that?
What is demolition? He said, you see, like you are breaking this house.
You come and destroy the bricks.
I'm thinking now, while he's talking to me, because my mind is always racing all the time.
Yeah.
My mind raced 24/7 up to now. My mind is always busy. And then while he's talking to me, I said, what is demolition? He said, it's like when you break this house, you sell the zincs, you sell the doors. I'm getting paid to break, and I'm still going to be selling the doors. I got the concept in 5 minutes. The next day, I went to register Sevenzle Demolition. The next day. That was 2011 in December.
That's how fast you move. You get the idea today, December. You like the idea today, tomorrow you're registering.
I was retrenched in 2011.
Yeah.
And in 2012, I went to register Sevenzle Demolition. And the rest
is history.
Now, I'm coming from Sevenzle Construction to Sevenzle Demolition. Now, I can see me breaking buildings. I can see me, I always, even today, that there's a big sign in the air, saying the biggest demolition company in the world, Sevenzle Demolition. Even today, that is still...
There's a picture
there's a picture.
And it makes sense.
So when
now
I was coming back
it.
from Pretoria that day, I was thinking, Sevenzle Demolition. Now, I'm calling my guy. Said, okay, now I got a demolition company. Let's start working. Where do we start? Angas. I said, God.
Not this again.
So he's an employee. He doesn't know the business
of demolition.
How do you start? At least there was Google by then.
Or Google was there.
Google was there. I Google demolition companies in South Africa. I think there were few then. I saw jet demolishers, wreckers, you know. There were few. Said, yabona le ayizonceda le umlomfo.
Now I need proper information.
Now I need proper information. Go to demolishwa njani. And then you need to be an engineer.
I can't go study engineering. That takes too long. I need money now.
And I can't even demolish. Ndiphinde ndithengise ne window neminyango. That hayi sana.
This makes sense.
This makes sense. There's one thing that makes sense. I went to Traco Demolition. I met a guy there, Teddy.
Yeah.
He said, I said to him, I'm looking for a job. He said, what do you do? I said, no, I've got a company. I need a subcontract. He looked at me. Hey, what?
What?
A black and a female in demolition. but I got a lot of work for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And this guy knew that I'm going to be the milking cow. He's going to give me the jobs. Remember, I don't know anything about demolition, but I thank Teddy today. He taught me a lot, although it was very, very hard. He put me in a deep sea so I can swim on my own. So he gives me the first job. I remember the first job. No, the first job, I got it myself. Teddy said he's going to give me a job.
Yeah.
He's got a job in Germiston. There's a crane that fell on top of Woolworths in Germiston.
Yeah.
So that was the job that I was going to do Teddy. In the meantime, I got a job to demolish a house in Benoni. So I go to Benoni. That was my first job in demolition. I go there. The client is waiting. I was driving a Kia. The Kia.
Yeah. Doesn't look like a demolition.
And those old ones.
Okay.
And because I need to start finding using my tools. I don't have tools. I don't have tools at demolition. So when I go, the client said, but I told you that you're starting to demolish today. But where's your guys? And I got 3 guys. That guy said he knows demolition. And he said there's other 2. So they were coming, from different corners because now by Usama takes. And I said to him, say, don't worry, leave me. When you come back, this house will be a memory. You won't find your house here. I don't know.
Or even at the time, you didn't know.
And yes, but I got a job, which is not demolish.
So you just said, Mr. Customer, just leave. You
But
will come
when
back.
I saw the house, I need to Nibonile because the guy said, when Zimali ngamazinki, when I saw
Also,
the
you
house,
could see, as we
I could see,
demolish,
okay,
I could sell this, I'll sell
it
that.
Before. They wanted, okay. While we started, now we are taking. So before I used to do the demo on my own. I used to go up on the roof. Remember,
You've got experience doing this.
Experience.
Village taught you stuff.
The village, my grandfather's words are still here on Zomboy. Now I can see the vision. I can see what he always said, that you're going to be great. You're going to be a leader. Now I started being a leader. But as a leader, people need to learn from you. You can't lead without people copying from you. So you need to be a good leader to be a leader. And you need to serve as a leader.
Be a role model.
For me, leading people thinking that is to sit in the chair, that office chair, and you can never lead sitting there.
What were your guys saying when they would see you climb the roof?
Hi, Mama Yesha. Hi,
Don't go there, ma.
Remember, I need to learn this. They don't know that Lomdagaya's nalo demolition. But I'll go there.
You want to learn as they do as well.
As they do, how to do things. You can't manage what you don't know. You need to know. Today, I know everything about the business. But nevertheless, that first day, Makipa Mazenke, and down the road, there's a salvage yard. This white guy is coming to him and said, oh, are you demo? He said, yes. He said, how much are your things? I don't know.
Did you tell him you don't know?
No, I can't say I don't know. I need to be smart. I said, okay, you can just look. Now I'm the boss now. Did you go? Yeah. You can just look, check. I'm like Mr. Bean. You know Mr. Bean. You know Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
You know Mr. Bean. I know you can look and then you just...
We'll give you a code.
No. Give me. Give me an offer. I beg an offer. I check him in Yango because he knows. I don't know.
He's doing his
but
own
I'm not saying
valuations.
to him, I don't know.
So you're saying, check and give me an offer.
I said, no, check.
Make me
you
an
can see
offer.
there's zincs, there's doors, there's toilets, there's carpets, there's this, there's stoves, there's cupboards, you know. Give me an offer. Abhale lo mfowethu mayiceda athi, I'll give you 30. I said, no, that is too small. There's a lot of stuff here. Ndiyazela phi? Ndiyazela phi uba imali? But kaloku funeke
In your heart, you know this is good, but you
in my
can't
heart,
say it.
ndothukile. I was like, 30,000. Give me nenye.
Yeah.
And I'm like to him, I'm saying, okay, I'll give you 35. Okay,
That works.
that works. It's nice making business with you. And waqaqha ngamazinki ngalamini.
You got busy.
I got busy that day. Now I'm hustling around because the guy said we need an excavator to break the house. Now
There's 35.
there's 35,000. Iminenye. Wow.
I could make this in a day.
Now I'm looking for excavators. They've given me the price of the house, how much to demolish. I think it was about 60-something thousand
Okay.
to demolish that house. And I was like, Thixo wasemazulwini. Imali engaka from 1 rand.
And
Ndiza kwenza imali engaka
from
ngemini,
1
no?
rand to
From 1
the
rand.
35 the side, the 65 the side. Things have changed now.
Things have changed now. Now I'm looking for, now I'm doing so much cruising. I'm going to this a company, my excavators, introducing, mine is introducer now with confidence. My name is Thandi Mase. I'm a demolisher. I need your toy, that one. I need a 20-ton excavator. So it was my toys, you know? And that's where it started. I got the excavator. I demolished. I experienced what I've never experienced in my life. I became a demolisher on something that I've never known. I've never dreamed of being a demolisher. I never dreamed about it. Because how can I dream about something that I don't
You don't even know exists. But the interesting thing with you and with your story, actually, this is a recurring theme. When you had the idea, you liked the idea, it made sense. You didn't wait. You moved. The next day you moved.
I moved the next day. 5 minutes idea. Pretoria and that. But why Sevenzle? I said, it's Sevenzle Demolition ngoku. It's no longer construction. Kaloku now when I want something, and I become aggressive. Did I kaloku zichinja kaloku igama mos liyachinjwa mos.
Change this name. We
to
demolition
construction.
now.
I mean to demolition.
How did it feel to you when you made your first million?
I
was
cried
nice.
actually.
You cried?
Yeah, I cried. Because I was thinking about my grandfather. Because I never stopped. He's one person that I always believed in because he taught more than anything. He taught me faith, that everything is possible. I remember when we silima ubekuvusa ngo-4
to go to the farm, to go to the field.
To go to the field. So my grandfather, that season was very, very dry. There was no rain. And he wakes me up. This day I was pissed off with that old man. Sorry to say. Sorry, my friend. Because uthi masibophe inkomo ndithi akukakaneti ku-dry. I mean, now I'm a farmer. I know that kunzima ukuplanta.
It's hard to plant when it's dry.
It's dry. So I'm going ensimini bophe inkomo because as a boy, my brother umlungisi lo niphe isebenzile.
Yeah.
Usesemncane. So mina
you are the one they are counting on, or you are the one he's counting on to
Yeah.
go to the field and plow.
So yeah.
As hard as it's going to be.
Yeah. So he says to me to this day, I can never forget that. I'd bring your raincoat because it's going to rain.
He knows it's going to rain, but he's saying, let's go and work.
He's saying, let's go and work. And I'm saying to him, it's dry. He says, take your raincoat because it's going to rain. So we go emasimini. I'm taking ibhekile amakheu. You know amakheu?
Yeah.
Taking ibhekile amakheu, we go. And then that day, I was angry with my grandfather. Okay,
You didn't have shoes for that day or generally,
No, generally.
in that period of your life, you didn't have shoes?
School.
Oh, that was a luxury.
Oh, izihlangu.
Oh, that was the life.
Oh yeah, that was izihlangu. That was luxury.
Shoes were luxury. Okay.
Yeah, okanye zikhona mose zasecaweni nje.
Oh.
Ewe. So we go ensimini that day. So I learned faith from my grandfather. Siyalima ngoku. And the soil is so hard that it's hurting my feet. I'm used to walking barefooted, but that day ebendihlaba ngoba kaloku aqinile. And while si plant and mina ngikhokele ne yena is holding a planter. Uthi Thandi ho umbono ozophuma la izikhwebu zakhona zakuba ngaka ngale ngalo yami. Ngaphakathi ndithi
So he's telling you what we're going to produce here.
He said, what are we going to produce?
Serious things.
And when I'm looking at plant and umbona ungenanga naphakathi emhlabeni ngoba phela kuqinile. You understand?
Were you using the manual?
The manual one.
The manual one, I don't even know what it's called. But
I
do have the
planter.
picture.
So as a faka, because umhlaba uqinile, amakhozo ombona angaphezulu. And I'm like in my mind, yabona ngolo tata omkhulu.
This man is crazy.
Yeah. Uthi yabona Thandi izikhwebu mntanami ezawuphuma apha zizolingana nesisandla sami. Ndithi ngaphakathi hayi are you crazy? But let me tell you, xa sesibopha now going back home, laqala izulu.
So it really did rain.
It rained because my grandfather had faith that was amazing. I still have faith today. With me, faith is what is driving me every day. I don't think it's something, yes, there's prayer, there's church, but for me, you can never serve God without faith. I'm not really a church goer, but for me, I believe in faith. That's what my grandfather instilled in us. That there's nothing that you can do without faith, and there's nothing that we cannot achieve. So as I grew up, that's what I learned in my life, that I can be whatever I want to be. I can be a doctor, I can be everything, because my grandfather said you can be whatever as long as you have faith that you can do.
This has been powerful, sister. And what's your reflection on retirement? Because it looks like it's a word that doesn't exist in your life.
I don't think it does exist. It doesn't exist. Now, we're still coming back to demolition. You asked me my first million.
Yes.
That's why I said I cried, because now my grandfather said, you can achieve. Now I'm a millionaire. From a 1 rand, there's 6 figures.
He says his name, 6 zeros now.
6 zeros, from 1 rand. And I said, then you can have more. You can push. You can push. And now I see that I'm still the only female demolisher. What's happening? There's not even a lot of black people in the demolition industry. I think if there is, there's few, even with men. With the demolition companies that are big in South Africa, they're still, it's an industry that is dominated by Boers.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I started in the demolition, it was like I'm going to someone's territory and they try to pin me down. But with me, you can't pin me down. There's one thing that I don't accept is to be pinned down. I think that's why I'm still not married.
I didn't expect you to go there. Did you try though?
No, I did. Yeah, I did. And we're still the best friends with my ex-husband. He's the father of my children. Yeah, and we're best friends. But it's that he couldn't handle this power.
This one doesn't want to be pinned down.
Because I think if I was still married by now, I divorced in 2000. I wouldn't be here. Because remember now, I'll be someone's wife. I won't have the freedom to do what I want. I'll be, what is the word to use? Not in chains. I don't want to say that, but there's a head. You are the head of the house. And I cannot be a driver at the same time and be a leader, whereas I have a leader. But for me, being married, it deprived me of being myself. I couldn't be myself because now I need to respect the men that I have. Although I see that they kunama blunders, ngathi ngamchuchumbisa. Ndithi hayi man iyasenza makwenze kanje noma sekuphuka umnyango wardrobe fanele ndiphinde ndiwulungise kwamna remember kaloku mna. I was a jack of all trades.
Woman in a man's body konke nje it's
yabona
you can switch roles easy.
Ndiqomba hey iyandiphambanisa ke lo tata you can't even lungisa ne wardrobe. Awukwazi nokwenza ntoni but ke nevertheless that's why I said in this industry you need to be very very strong to be in the demolition industry.
So you did face resistance but you fought back.
I'm still fighting even today. In this industry is an industry that we are fighting because it's a men's industry. It's very difficult in a men's industry as a woman. You need to be fucking tough woman to be in the demolition industry. I will go to a site meeting. There will be more than 30 white men and only female and black female in this industry. And
that can make others walk away, not you.
But I can say today they respect me a lot. I'm being respected by my clients because one thing that I've learned is that when you do something, for me, I think I changed the game in the demolition industry. I did things very, very different. I changed the game because now other demolition companies, they didn't have salvage yards. And I would say with me changing the game, thanks to South African Breweries.
SAB Foundation.
SAB Foundation. Thanks to SAB Foundation because my mentor.
Stephen is good.
Mark Christo.
Oh, you're Mark.
Mark Christo. Mark Christo was my mentor. And he taught me that the salvage is another entity. Don't combine. So since then, things have been escalating. I've delegated. I got other people that are working. So the company is growing. It's growing a lot. For me, when I'm in the demolition space, I see green. The
money is happening now.
Dibona green, dibona mali, dibona the salvaging that recycle.
So when it's now the two entities, each entity is making its money. separately.
Imali ngena oko. Hey, uyabona imali imandi.
To anyone who didn't understand, money is nice.
Imandi. Because, without money, you cannot be free. No.
So it's given you the freedom
And money
you were
is not
always
the
looking
root
for.
of all evil. Betunana, don't teach people.
Lies.
No, that's lies. Money is power.
It's nice.
It's nice. Because it make you choose, that I can do that. And the moment you become an entrepreneur, for me, I'm thinking, that, okay, within the same business, okay, Lana, I got scrap metal, copper.
I could open another business or I could create.
I can open a scrap metal, but not now because I'm still busy other stuff. So with Mark Risto, or say South African Breweries, I need to thank that guy. I need to go to him. I think he's in PE. I said thank you. So I always had the salvage yard, but I never treated it the way
As a business. And put systems for
And
it as a
systems.
standalone.
As I'm talking to you, I got my team that is there now. I got my cousin, Andile Mandela, Opaya Ngoku, now. That has come to me and said, Kaz, he's a very smart guy. And he said, Kaz, masenze this thing with another guy called Tabiso Simelani. They came and said, let's have this system for barcoded system that every single item, because there's a lot that goes to the yards. And before I didn't know what is there, honestly. But now because of Angela and Tabiso,
they put a system to track so you know the value of your stock.
I know. So ndiyanje a phone akumandi ndijonge.
Hey, you levels now. Your levels now.
Ndijonge efowunini yami ndithi ndiyabona ne-sales imali iyanyuka, and how much I have is stock, because stock is money. Sitsho kweza nantsika zakho.
You remember?
It's stock, but that's money. And thanks to you for all the teachings. And I'm leveling up every day. So I'm still going far.
You are powerful.
You haven't seen power.
That's how I introduced you when you were coming actually outside. You are I was right to say I've been waiting months for this. I wasn't even tracking the time. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I know there's someone out there who really does need to learn from your story, to hear your story. And it's amazing to me that there's one ingredient that you have. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, or if people picked it up, but you have a boldness and a courage that is unmatched. That is just a force.
I don't fear.
You've taken on roles that you were not qualified for. You've quit your job without assurance that it's going to work. Because you want that job.
I want to carry that phone.
I want to work there because I want to carry the phone.
Because
that is some serious courage. And faith.
My grandfather said, replace fear with faith. So for me, fear is a word that doesn't exist. I don't have fear. I have no fear.
And you took on a business you knew nothing about.
Nothing. And made it very successful. With more than, I think now it's more than 300.
The team?
Because remember there's a team
on the one side. So your team is more than 300?
Almost.
Whew.
Yeah.
And you did all of this after losing your job at 50 and with no degree.
After 50, didn't 50 rand.
With 50 rand.
So I
and no
say,
degree.
And
no degree, but
no
gets me.
degree. I got a denied degree.
Or now you have the other degree, experience one.
Experience, Galo.
That's your degree.
That's my degree, you know. And I always say to people when they said, "Eish, but I want to start something, but I don't have money." I said, "No, you don't need money to start. You don't need money to start." Because I had got experience whereby I started a business with 50 rand in my bank account. Because I remember when I came back from Pretoria, after registering with Sevenzle Demolition,
There was just 50 rand.
that was my only money I have to use for transportation. That was the only money. And the next day, I have to look for companies and go and knock. When I started that job that day, standing in front of the house that I'm going to demolish, and I didn't even know how was I going to demolish that house. I didn't have money. I didn't have a cent in my name.
Faith and boldness.
Faith and boldness. But ndizawuyenza imali, ndizawudemolish.
That's a powerful ingredient to how you got where you got.
Yeah.
Who do you have a message for as we close? Is it young girls, young boys, people in the villages that are growing up there and have a
Everyone.
dream like you?
For everyone.
What would your parting words be to encourage someone who's listening?
Nothing is impossible. There's nothing that is impossible. Believe in yourself. I think what people don't get where they want to be is that they are scared. They don't know what is waiting for them. They are scared of leaving jobs, because they don't know what will happen after leaving your job. No. Faith. When you have faith, you know what you know.
Faith and boldness.
Yeah.
I think I like those two.
Yeah, faith and boldness. You know what you know. Don't be scared. Move. Stand up. And another thing, you can't get anything without standing up. The moment you stand up, you're going to get somewhere. But when you are sitting down, stand up. Don't sit down.
Stand up and fight for your future.
Stand up and fight for the future. For the girls, everything is possible. Believe in yourself, For men, vukan,
Wake up.
wake up. Because if you don't wake up, I have 2 boys. I lost my firstborn.
Sorry.
He was murdered. May his soul rest in peace.
May.
And my 2 boys, they are involved in the business. They used to think that, hey, mara a lady, bangbizo shobolo, ukuthi hey maro raf. Remember, bona, they didn't grow up in the Eastern
In the village.
Yeah,
They grew up soft, Pela. Now,
soft.
when are you at money now?
But with me, a man is a man. A man is a provider. I don't care. When we at work at Sevenzle, I don't know you, my son. Business is business. I don't have relatives at work.
You must perform here.
Here you are performing. And they will be, fighting. No, here we are performing. And I'm very proud of them, both of them, that they are following in my footsteps. Although that is your legacy. Yeah, the demolition, I don't want to be in demolition. Both of them, they love music. The other one is a producer. But now, within the demolition, they found their passion. They thought their passion was music. Both of them are not in the music. The other one got a plant hire. I'm hiring the breakers from him. The other one, I'm hiring the trucks from him. He's got trucks. Both of them, without me telling them what to do. they saw the way I'm doing things. I mean, after I divorced, their children, boys will go with the fathers.
Mm.
But those boys came back to the mother and said, teach us. This is what we want. Children are copycats. So you need to be careful what you do in front of your children. Be very, very careful. Because children will make a choice. Lorna, let me follow this side. And I'm happy that my children followed me so that they can be men today. And I'm very proud of both of them that they are men. And even if I can go tomorrow, I'm confident that this legacy that I'm building will stay forever and ever. Because what I always say to them, my grandchildren, if you're not taking care of this company, will suffer tomorrow. And I don't want my grandchildren, I'm not talking about them much.
I don't want my grandchildren suffering.
No, I want my great-great-grandchildren to be wealthy. To be rich is an understatement. You need to be wealthy. When you're wealthy, you have power. When you're wealthy, you have a word. You can say anything. But when you don't have money, you can't talk much.
People don't listen well.
They don't
and
listen.
the ones with money, yeah, like you're saying, they'll shut you up.
But what is also important that I can tell everyone, humbleness will always take you far. You need to be humble. Money doesn't have to change the person that you are. The moment you change, then there's trouble. You are in a danger zone. Because if money changes you, then there's a danger zone. You won't be able to lead. Because if money controls you, then there's a problem. You must control money, not money controlling you.
This has been such a powerful masterclass. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I waited. I know you are a busy woman.
Very busy.
Finding you is not easy.
Yeah.
But we were always going to wait. Like I said, you were the one interview I always knew in my heart. Many people need to hear your story.
Thank you.
The powerful woman they knew nothing about. From being called one rand to the multimillionaire.
Yeah.
From being fired or losing your job in your 50s. That must have
50.
been at 50. That must have been discouraging. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And
Goss.
I know the SAP Foundation will be proud of this as well.
Goss.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us till this time. Let us know what you think. This has been mentorship for me. I know I will watch this over and over, but otherwise, see you in the next episode, and I look forward to the comments. I know Ma will read them, assistant. Thank you.